Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Color with Donna in Color Readaville. And today I have a full review of Beautiful Women Grayscale Coloring Book. This is by Ava Browne. And Ava Browne is a pen name that is used by Paul and Lindsay. They own the company and they make coloring books and work with other artists to produce these wonderful books. And Beautiful Women is a book that they have previously released, and now they have released it in grayscale. So I am so excited that Paul and Lindsay sent me this book so that I can share it with you guys and give you my thoughts and opinions on the book. The first thing I would like to say is I absolutely adore the cover of the book, the way it's like full color here and then it works its way down into the grayscale that you find like in the images. So to me, that is just adorable. It is a very nice touch, guys. I like it a lot. And then when you open the book, it gives you some information on Ava Browne and their website address, things like that. The next page, they generally always give us these nice color test pages, which I really appreciate, because if you're just kind of wondering how a medium is going to feel on a certain type of paper, you can test that here before you put it down into the actual book, which I think is a great thing to be able to do. So I truly appreciate that when companies put test pages in so we can test our mediums. I think that is a wonderful thing, because it's one thing to have it swatched and know what the color looks like. It's another thing to know how that medium is going to behave on a certain type of paper, because all papers are so different. So that's a nice touch, and I really appreciate it. Ava Browne books are printed by Create Space, which is an Amazon company. So it is on your standard Amazon paper, but they are single-sided images. They are not perforated. So if you wanted to remove them from the book, you could use an X-Acto knife or something like that to get them removed from the book if you wanted to do that. So this is our first page, and what I want you to notice is the way this is for those of you who are newer to grayscale, there are darker areas, there are much lighter areas. Even see in the background, it's much darker here, and it's much lighter here. Inside the rows, you have very light areas and dark shaded areas. That's what's referred to as grayscale. And what it does is it just kind of shows you where the shadows and the highlights need to be to make blending and highlighting easier for you. So I really do like that. And I like this type of grayscale. This is what I consider a more perfect grayscale, in my opinion. I think that beginners to grayscale needs to start out on this type of grayscale. And I'm not even sure how it's created, but it seems it's just kind of unique, in my opinion. The Jade Summer books that are grayscale is done much the same way, with the same type of grayscale. And it just makes it super easy, because if you're new to grayscale, or even if you're new to coloring, period, and you really want to start getting into blending and shading and highlighting and things like this, these type of books really help, because it shows you those areas that you're going to be highlighting and shadowing in. And this particular grayscale is great for just taking a marker and just going over one, like her skin, for example, just going completely over her skin with one shade of marker. But all of these little highlight areas are already there. The dark shadows that's cast from like her hair and things like that are already there. Your light source is already defined, where your light source is coming from, things like that. So you can just lay that color down. But by doing that, it also gets you to start being conscious about where you see highlights typically in things. So when you color things that aren't grayscale and you start trying to do your shading and your highlighting on your own, it's a lot easier then to be able to kind of have an idea where you're going to lay those shadows and highlights. So we'll just take a look at the rest of the book. As you see, every page has that in it, which is wonderful. I really do like the way these are shaded. This image I actually colored for the review. So as you see, what I did with this one is any place that you see like maybe some shadowing or even a highlight or something like that, this is all just one color, like one color on her skin, one color on her shirt, one color in her hair, one color on the leaves, one color background. Everything's one color. The only thing I use more than one color on is her lips, and I colored it with the marker, and then I went over with dual hybrid gel pen just to kind of do that. But I did it more for the shimmer that I wanted her lips to have. And then I did her eyeshadow in that same one. I also used gold hybrid for her earrings, the gold portions of the rings, and I did gold on her tie. But other than that, each one is one color. So this gives you an idea of what you can kind of expect just laying down one color on each one. And then we will move on. Does this picture remind you guys of anybody? Is it Tyra Banks? I can't remember who it was. There was like a model or singer or something back in the 90s. And for whatever reason, when I turned to this page, I was like, that's who that reminds me of. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys, because that's just kind of, I was like, oh, all right. So, oh, and I love this. This one's actually showing you the shine here that's going to be coming off of those gemstones. So that would be really cool. So you'll be able to see that shine really well and where to put that. So yeah, I really do like this. I look forward to seeing more of the Ava Browne books also come out in Grayscale. I think that is something they are working on, is to do that. Another good book that I really love the Grayscale in is Victoria Demetria or something like that. She has like Gorgeous Women and those type books too. And they are all very nicely shaded this same way. And I do believe I like this book better in Grayscale than I liked it in just line art, for sure. I really do think so. I have both versions, but I just, for whatever reason, I think this one does appeal to me much more than the line art. You get 30 images in here of portrait women that are all in Grayscale. You also get a second set of them. So you have a page here that says your duplicate pages start here, and this will be your second set. And then Ava Browne always includes, and make sure that's hiding it. Yep. Ava Browne on the back page always includes a website and a link where you can go to that particular link up here, enter the password that's below this pencil, and you will get a free digital download. So that way, when you finish the book, or if you mess up pages or whatever, you have them stored in case you want to print them out on something else. You know, if you want a different paper or whatever, you'll have the hard copy and you'll also have the book copy. So that is A Beautiful Women, a Grayscale coloring book by Ava Browne. And thank you, Paul and Lindsay, so much for sending these books to me so I can look at them and review them and color in them and just truly enjoy your wonderful coloring books. So yeah, thanks guys so much for showing up today. Show Ava Browne some love. Big thumbs up to the video, please. It helps the channel out more than you can imagine. There's links down in the description to this book and all things Coloritaville. If you're new, hello and welcome. Please hit the subscribe button. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of all my future uploads. Until next time, guys, peace, love, and happy coloring.